Hello, my fellow patriots. God bless you for coming to Steve's Base Camp. Wow. Been days since I've seen you. Yeah, isn't this? Look at this, guys. Patriotic deal here going on, right? Patriotic. See, this is the country that everybody's racing to come to because they're escaping the evil corruption in their country and coming to our country. Yes, they've had enough of the evil corruption. So let's keep the evil corruption out of our country and all become great patriots. And so we can enjoy our freedoms, right? And one freedom that's very good in this country is hunting and fishing. Beautiful. That's how we roll, hunting and fishing, harvesting meat. Yeah, and to do that, Steve-O got a new toy. Yes, he did. Look here. Look what I got. Super Strop. Super Strop. Yes, indeed. Look at this. This is fantastic. I have two fans blowing on me here because you can literally bake bread in this oven here, this Quonset hut. But anyway, yes, we got Super Strop, and you get this little instruction booklet with it. Got this on Amazon. It was 26 bucks, I think. So you get a here's all my different grits. They're carbide. Yes, silicon grit carbide. These things looks like it's built pretty tough, this kit. You get a 120 grit, 220, 400, 600, 1,000, and then a leather belt. It's got a rough side, that's the inside of the cow. This is the smooth side, that's the hair side of the cow. And they recommend putting the hair side out, the smooth side. They also give you some compound material, and you put this on. You don't put a lot of pressure on here. Doesn't take a lot of it. Doesn't take a lot of pressure. Yeah. Put a little of that on. There's enough compound for the rest of my life. You don't need much on this thing at all. Yeah. So this is the final thing you do on your knives. I played with a little bit on my Leatherman. I tell you guys, with just a few minutes with this thing, I had my Leatherman blade. Actually, you can see the hair I shaved off my arm right there. I mean, it shaved it off just slicker than so. But what's coming up? We got bow season in Florida starting about the 15th of September. So here's a few tools. Actually, this is Miss Daisy's tool here. Oh yeah, she likes the Pioneer Woman. And who does Steve? Oh, look what Steve-O likes. Rachel Ray Baby. I bought that one way before she bought this one. This is a little heftier knife though, and it's probably better quality because you can see that blade's all the way through the handle, so you know that's a quality deal. But anyway, I've had good luck with this one here too. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd show you this really quick here, and this is my little rig here. You can buy these 1 by 30 inch belts is what this takes. You get this at Harbor Freight, these little rigs here. Now that cover right there goes on the side here, but I removed it. They recommend in this booklet, you've got this deal here that normally bolts in right here, and it's adjustable for a backing. But they say when you do it, either back it off. It's got slots on it here, as you can see, and you could loosen it up and move it back away from the belt like so, or remove it totally. And I removed it totally. Just don't get too nuts here, and try not to curve your blade so much into the blade, into the belt rather, to where you cut the belt. Now, one guard, I removed the side guard for easy change out, but I put this guard on just in case that thing breaks. It's not going to slap the dog pee out of you, okay? And right here, all it takes is one Phillips head screw right here, and you just lift that up, and you can change out. See, you can quickly change out your different belts. But this one is what you put on last to strop it. That is the strop. You've seen the old barbers back in the day, they had a leather belt, and they would always use a single-edged razor, and they would strop that, the last thing. They would strop that thing, put a razor edge on it. And that's what you do with this leather belt. So I'm out here tuning these up. They tell you also, it's kind of cool on this thing here, different scenarios of blades, angles, an angle dangle on the edge. Okay, that edge right there. So let's see here. Chef knives, boning knives. This would be basically a chef's knife. Over here, up at the top, you'll look, it says 12 to 17 degrees for fillet knives, paring knives, sushi knives, most Japanese cutlery. Over here, you've got 17 to 22, and it tells you all the different knives there. Over here, you've got 22, 27, hunting knife, pocket knife. I just put them up, and then over here at the very end, 27 to 35 degrees is for your meat cleavers, machetes, and choppers, okay? So you'd want basically on these here, a chef's knife, about a 17-22 degree pitch. Like I said, I got this on Amazon, this kit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the leather 6 belts and the compound for 26 bucks. I mean that's to me that's a super deal. And then they tell you different scenarios in here. Common kitchen sharpening scissor scenarios. You would have, say, a medium thickness blade in poor condition with chips and edges. Grit, you start out with 120. That's the coarsest one. And you just work your way down 120, 400, 600, 1,000 grit, and then super strop it. A blade that's in very good condition but fairly dull, you will use a 600, 1,000 grit, and then a super strop. Now the 1,000 grit here doesn't even feel like there's any grit on it. I mean, it's just smooth. Smooth as Miss Daisy's bottom right there. Oh, that's too much information, isn't it? Yeah, that's smooth. All right. So, yeah. So it's a you know, they tell you the different things you can do with this. Now here's one here, a medium thickness blade in good condition, but one established new edge. You do a 220, 600, 1,000 grit, and then it doesn't take long at all, guys. I'm telling you, you just set this thing up and just tilt your blade here on it and run it across maybe twice, flip it over, come this way on it about 3 times, get the blade. You'll feel it. You'll feel an edge on there. These blades here are in pretty good condition. I'm just going to put I'm just going to use 1,000 on it to tune this up. I'm going to put 1,000 grit on there, and then I'm going to put a super strop on there, and I guarantee you that I'm going to be able to shave the hair off my arm with this thing. But if you don't, you back up, go on up, further up, reestablish an edge, and come back down. And yeah, so hunting season's coming. Get your knife sharp, get your broadhead sharp, get out here and practice, and that's what we're doing. I have not got good with my Black Hunter yet, longbow. I don't feel confident enough to hunt with that thing yet. But my Mathews switchback, I've got to take it down to George Britton's. I was playing around last year and the year before shooting a tab with that Mathews. And I'm not getting as tight a groups as I want. So I'm going to go back to my Scott release. And this thing I get very good tight patterns with it, because I take this knuckle right here, and when I pull on it, I come back and I tuck that knuckle behind my earlobe right there. It's locked into my face. Now my fingers out here, I got the other fingers on the Scott release. They're sucked into that release. I got this free finger that goes in behind that trigger, not in front of it. Because you could start pulling. If you got that finger dangling out here, you could accidentally bump that trigger and the arrow's flying off. Put that finger in behind that trigger. Others, and come back, and I put that knuckle right behind that ear. Now it's locked in, right? So this is hanging out. So I'm locking in. I'm looking through my peep sight, through the string, onto my pin, onto my animal or target. Then once I'm locked in, my pin's sitting there floating on that target or that animal, just sitting there floating like this. And what I usually do is take a deep breath when I'm getting close. Take a deep breath and hold it. And then the pin settles down. Then my finger comes out from behind the trigger and I can touch her off. And we have roast and pulled pork. Yeah, so I'm hoping that's what's going to happen soon. But so we can use our sharp knives and start filling up the freezer again. I just had an excellent deer. I had deer stew. Yes, I had deer stew, and thank you very much, John Cashman. John Cashman has his own channel out there, by the way. John Cashman gave me a couple chunks of meat a while back, and one was the back straps, venison back strap, and he gave me a roast. So I took a big pot out yesterday, no, actually the day before yesterday. I've been feeding off this pot for like 3 days. And what I did was I had some big marrow bones, beef marrow bones, about yay big. I put 4 of them in the bottom of the pot. I threw in all my seasoning. I put a bunch of different seasonings in. And I took that roast out. It was still frozen. The whole roast was frozen. I took 2 big onions and I quartered them, threw them in the pot. I put that roast in there. I brought the water up, filtered water up above that meat, above that roast, and I put a lid on. I told Miss Daisy, watch it, I'm gonna go on my hike. It was back in a couple hours. So it was in there, just a good slow boiling, right? I came back, that meat was already starting to fall apart. I pulled that thing out of there, guys. Pulled that thing out of there, put it on a chopping board, chopped it up, took all the bones, marrow bones out of there. They were all cooked out. All the marrow floated out of there. That broth was excellent, guys. And if you guys ever do another roast, another stew, get those big marrow bones at your grocer guy, your butcher, and throw them in the pot. That added so much flavor to that. It was unbelievable. So I took the bones out, I chunked them in the compost, chopped the meat up, put it back in, and I put some veggies in there, put some carrots, some celery. I did take a couple white Irish potatoes. I chopped them up, skinned it, put them in, chopped them up, threw it in there. It came back in 2 more hours, and that was the best stew. I mean, it was going. I just had some a while ago, so I like to change it up once in a while. have some veggies in a stew like that. Excellent, excellent. So thank you, John, for that. I've still got your back straps in there. We'll be working on those. But guys, get out there, get these knives sharpened, and I'll tell you what, this is not a bad way to go. I think I got this on sale for 35 bucks. This whole rig. This whole rig right here. Yes. 35 bucks. So, and then 20 something for this, so you know, less than 60 bucks. You got a sharpening system here that's excellent. I mean, excellent sharpening system. Quick, easy, painless. So that's Steve-O's tip for the day. Hope to see you soon, and let's get her done. And just remember guys, keep this in your hair covered computer, okay? Trump 2024. See ya.